Welcome to the WBC arena, and what a night and what a fight we expect this to be. I'm Todd Grisham, and next to me for the broadcast, the one and only Johnny Nelson.
The pleasure's always mine, my friend.
It's time now for our tale of the tape. It's David Benavidez, 188 centimeters tall with a reach of 189 centimeters. And he'll be taking on the legend himself, Saul Canelo Alvarez. He's 172 centimeters tall with a reach of 179.
You have two fighters. One of them has the height, competitive you with that jab, set you up for that long counter shot. The other has to get in close and personal, stick to your chest, make you work at a pace you don't want to work at. Doing it that way, you're working at their kind of fight.
It's the Mexican monster, David Benavidez. This guy was sparring with world champions like Triple G at just 15 years old and holding his own. In fact, he turned pro at the age of 16 years old. Saul Canelo Alvarez, the Mexican legend, the middleweight, the super middleweight, the light heavyweight who fights out of Guadalajara, Mexico.
It'll be ding-ding from first bell. They're off.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from Phoenix, Arizona, an all-action, exciting two-division champion of the world, known as the Mexican Monster, David Benavidez. Fighting out of the blue corner, from Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico, here is Mexico's first ever undisputed world champion and renowned star of boxing. Here is a 4-division world champion and an undisputed super middleweight champion of the world, Saul Canelo Alvarez.
And this one has all of those big fight feels you want from a prize fight. Here we go.
You can't beat a good old-fashioned rivalry. When there's guts, when there's feeling, when there's heart involved, that's when you get a good fight, one-on-one.
No doubt about it. This was the hottest ticket in town by a country mile. Every seat has been sold. Great to have you with us for this all-action affair. We expect big things, and I don't think we're going to be disappointed. Back and forth they go. Insane action. All the talking has been done. It's time to start doing the walking.
You can walk into an arena and be the hero. The pressure, the expectation, the desire from the fans. You can't get away from it. Ignore them. Lock it off. I know it's hard. I can hardly hear you, Todd. You've got to ignore them. Get on with your job.
Nice job getting that punch through. This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Does well to block that left jab. Nice counter shot. This counter puncher is going to wait for you to move first, and then will strike like a snake. Keep an eye on this guy.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be on this. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think right. Concentrate.
This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about David Benavidez that last round. Well, we know they've got the advantage so far, but how does this match get turned? Here we go. It's round 2. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Good defense on that right hook. We wanted action, and they are delivering. You'd like to see more jabs. A counter fighter relies a lot on their instincts and reaction time. You've got to get in there quick to punch your opponent before he gets his fist back to block.
They have got great ring IQ. Counter punches are the best.
These two are the perfect dance partners.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them more than happy.
They are not going to let this one go to the judges. Carries that jab away. They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about David Benavidez in that last round. Well, he is in big trouble here. He may have been saved by the bell.
Wow, it's like two different leagues.
Now you've let him back into it.
Don't worry, that's it. Now breathe. Breathe. Just get your breath.
Fight here.
On to the third. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Nice counter shot. Neither one of them want this to go to the judges' scorecards. How about that time counter shot? Jab does not score. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
I've never seen a fighter so fast in my life. How do you deal with this? You've got to hope they run out of steam.
Big shots from both these fighters. Got to be careful, though.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
That counter punch caught him clean. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. I don't think it's going to be a boxing match. This is going to be a fight. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Benavidez that last round.
He was close to this fight.
And there's the bell to start round 4. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
They exchange punches. That jab doesn't find a home. When you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
The middleweights are the best you can ever come across. Obviously, the glamorous is a heavyweight, but the middleweight, it's the size of the average man or woman. When you get in there and you're letting the shots go, you've got power, you've got speed, you've got pace. You can stand, you can dance, you can do everything. We can look back in history. Do you know the amazing fights at middleweight are ridiculous? That is what writes our history books.
Those fighters landing in these exchanges, judges going to have a tough job.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Big shot, and Alvarez is on the canvas. As we watch it again one more time, appreciate the perfection of that knockout shot.
You're right, Todd. What a shot.
Apparently, it's going to take more than that to keep this fighter down.
But now it's about getting...
They're happy this round's coming to an end. 10 seconds left. Talk about Alvarez in that last round. It's not okay. On to the fifth we go. Got to get the momentum shift coming their way. What can they do here?
Todd, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming out? He's getting everything full barrel because I know his legs are gone. So this, you watch what's going to happen. If he doesn't, I'll be very, very surprised.
Straight right just misses. That jab gets blocked. How much confidence do you build when your opponents hit you with their... Hold that thought! And it's survival time for David Benavidez. Good job trying to back out of trouble.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
Halfway through the round, I'm not sure who's winning it.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you. And so I got to respect both of them more than happy.
Carries that jab away. That combination would have been good had it not been blocked. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive then. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. David Benavidez in that last round.
Going to load up.
There's the bell to start round 6. They've got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
We both know who the bigger power puncher is. There's a significant power difference. How would you handle that?
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. Beautiful counter shot. His stamina is off the charts. Nice defense on that jab. Back and forth they go. Neither fighter willing to back down.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
canvas. What a blow to the head there. Let's see it again on instant replay.
Even I've got to see that again. Where did that come from?
One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. You are right.
Well, they're back on their feet right now, Johnny. Do they go toe for toe or do they play defense here?
What resilience to be down and to be back up again, to get yourself back into fight again, to show your fitness and determination. Maximum respect.
Final 10 seconds here, unless something major happens. I think we all know who won that one. Let's talk about David Benavidez that last round.
Get out there and switch on. Get this boxing back together.
Here we go. It's round 7. Let's see how he bounces back here after getting dropped in the last round.
What a knockdown. 1 minute, you need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with this.
You'd like to see someone use a jab here to establish a boxing presence, but no, they just want to fight. Energy and endurance are not an issue for this fighter who continues to be aggressive as the rounds wear on.
Look back in the history books, some of the best fighters in the world were the middleweights. Yes, the glamour division is the heavyweights, we know. But I'm telling you now, you look right there, these guys are on it. Fast, sharp, powerful. But it hurts, and you can imagine that being you. They're the size of an average man.
Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
A straight right just misses. One moment changes everything, especially in this division. Is he going to punch himself out, though? Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Benavidez that last round. Talk about a one-sided. And we enter the 8th round. Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
How nervous would you get when you know you're facing a big puncher like this that can seriously hurt you?
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
The jab just got blocked. To be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. A straight right just misses. This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
And he scores with the counter. This fighter has determined that they can walk through any punches that their opponent throws, and that's a very confident spot to be in.
What a gift.
Whoa, did you see that? Give me just a second here, Johnny. And the big Mexican monster is down. Let's see that again.
I've got to see that again.
Total domination with 10 seconds to go. No surprise there, a unanimous decision.
They've done it before, now they're doing it again, and look what's happened. A unanimous decision. What a way, what tactics, what a game plan. What a result.